Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'd like to welcome you all to Water Your Soil. So this video is going to be about the dangers of lying about credit scores. Lying about credit scores is very dangerous, and not only is it dangerous, it's misleading, especially misleading to people who are trying to improve their credit scores. And I'm going to touch on it in this video because it's something that needs to be addressed, all right? So we're going to get right into it. Let's go. Alright, so I'm not sure if, all of you watching this video have a social media page, but for those of you who do, and if you're familiar with, credit repair and things of that nature on social media, I'm sure you have come across I increased my credit score by 300 points, or I increased my credit score by 400 points, or this person increased their credit score by 200 point posts. And a lot of times those posts that are posted are regurgitated. Not only that, a lot of times it's credit karma scores. And if anyone knows anything about credit scores and credit reporting, you'll know a credit karma score is really not that valid. We go on FICO around here. So your credit karma score is your Vantage 3.0 score. We don't go on credit karma scores because for the most part, lenders are not paying attention to your credit karma score. They're going to pay attention to one of your FICO scores. Now, there are numerous FICO scores, but usually lenders are going to pay attention to your FICO score and not your credit karma score. And for me, when I started my credit journey 7 years ago, I was very impressionable, meaning whatever information I saw regarding credit scores during those times, I believed it because I really didn't know anything about credit, hence my credit score being bad. So if I would see information about credit back then, I would believe it. So even back then, I would see people say, look, I increased my score 400 points or 300 points. I saw people who said they went from like a 540 to an 840 in 3 months and things of that nature. And you start to believe like, oh, I can do this too. And honestly, I will say back then it was discouraging when I saw that my score wasn't increasing at that same rate and that same pace. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who felt that way. So there are dangers and there is a lot of misleading that goes on with lying about credit scores and showing people credit scores that are not real. Now, here's my disclaimer. Some of those credit scores that are shown across social media and YouTube and things of that nature, they are real. Some of those are real. But what I always tell people over at this Water Your Soil channel is a lot of times when you see these big creases in such a short period of time, those are outliers. And we don't really pay attention to outliers because with anything, outliers are few, far, and in between. We go on what's the majority and what's for the most part constant and what has been proven over time. And the thing that's been proven over time for the majority of people is that building up your credit score takes time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's a high possibility that you're not going to go from a 560 to a 780 in 1 month just because you sent dispute letters. There's a high possibility that's not going to happen. In fact, I had people that I was helping with their credit and they were in the 500s and they sent dispute letters, and ironically they got everything removed and their credit score still didn't hit the 700. So I like to keep people at a level pace, even when it comes to things such as my comment section. I like to monitor my comment section because I don't want people misled. I don't want people thinking that a credit journey is easy, because what that does is it starts to get in people's mindset that it's going to be easy. And then as soon as they hit any form of adversity or their score gets frozen or stuck, they start to believe that something is wrong and they get discouraged and they stop the credit journey. And that's not how it works. You're going to see valleys and peaks with your credit score when you're trying to improve your credit score. That's facts. That's the truth. And you can't avoid that. 7 years later, my credit score still goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Right now it's lower than what it was in August. Pretty soon, probably by springtime, it'll be higher than what it is right now. So you're always going to experience up and downs when it comes to credit scores. And I just want you to know, if you are someone out there that's trying to improve your credit score, do not pay attention to the misleading posts that you see. Yeah, they may be true, but like I said, there's a high possibility that they are outliers. Anyone who really knows this credit thing and how credit scoring works, they will tell you that it usually takes time in order to build up your credit score. And I don't even try to get in disputes with people when they come into my comment section and they attempt to mislead people, because what that does is it sends people the wrong message. I like to keep people in reality over here. And the reality is, it took me time. It took a lot of people that I know time. It took people that I helped over the years time. It took other people, other content creators on YouTube time. It takes time for the most part. Of course, as I stated, yes, there are outliers, but just because you're an outlier doesn't mean that the majority are going to have the same results as you. You know, I don't want anyone who is on their credit journey to get discouraged because their score isn't going up 200 points or 100 points in 2 months. It normally doesn't work like that. This is a lifelong journey. As I always tell people, this is a marathon. And this is another reason why I don't like people to come by and say, oh, well, you're a credit guru and all these type of things. Yes, someone said that to me before. And I don't like that, because we're all going to have to maintain our credit score throughout life. Like, that's just how it works. We're all going to have to maintain our credit score. Even when you get to the point where you're in the 700s or the 800s or wherever you desire to be, whether it's good or excellent credit, once you get to that point, you're still going to have to maintain your credit score, which means you're still going to have to practice the principles. You're still going to have to understand the concept of credit and how credit scoring works. And you're also going to have to do the things that you did in order to get there. It just doesn't stop once you get your house, or once you get your car, or once you get the credit card that you want. You know, you go get a Amex Platinum or even a black card. It's going to continue well after you get the things that you've been working hard for and the reason behind you wanting to improve your credit score. Because everyone has their own reasons for wanting to improve their credit scores. When I talk to people and I ask them why they want to improve their credit scores, I receive different answers from different people. The good majority of answers, of course, from people is a home. But there are people who already have homes. And you know, some want to build up their personal credit in order to cross over to business credit. Some just want to get good credit cards and experience the perks of having good credit cards. Some, they want a nice vehicle. It all depends. You know, everyone wants to improve their credit for different reasons. And honestly, the reason doesn't matter to me. That's irrelevant to me. Your reasoning is valid. No matter what your reason for wanting to have a good credit score is valid. Long as you're out here doing things legit and you're not out here goofing around, your reasoning and your why for why you want a good credit score is your reasoning. Use that as fuel. However, you need to know that it's not going to be an easy path, especially if you're building yourself up from poor credit. It took me 3.5 years to go from poor credit to excellent credit. And, you know, along the journey, I had a lot of bumps and bruises. It was a lot of discouragement. At times it was very boring, because at times I had to, you know, shy away from spending. So yes, it was very boring. I couldn't do some of the things that I wanted to do. However, no matter what, I stuck to the path and I learned how credit scoring works. And I have a good feeling that's why you all are here, because you want to learn how credit scoring works. You want to improve your credit score. But just know, this is something that's going to go on for the rest of your life. You're going to have to maintain your credit score, because you never know when you're going to need it and need to use your credit score as that plan B option that I always talk about. But there are dangers in lying about credit scores. I like to keep things transparent over here. I like to be honest with people. I like to give them a dose of reality. I don't like to tell people, hey, I can help you get your credit score from the 500s all the way up to the 800s in 3 months. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm gonna give you the real, I'm gonna give you the raw, and I'm just gonna be honest and transparent with you. I'm teaching credit my way. Of course, everyone has their different ways of teaching people about credit and helping people learn about credit. And honestly, their way is their way. I can't knock the next person. However, over here at Water Your Soil, I teach people the way how I did it and how the people that I helped did it. And those were successful results. So that's why I share it all with you. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I appreciate you all for stopping by. I appreciate you all for listening to me. Hey, you new subscribers, I really appreciate you because you decided to come here and tune in, and you could have been anywhere else. YouTube is big. There are literally tons of videos on YouTube, and you decided to check me out. So I appreciate it. Please know that it's valued and appreciated. Be sure to hit the like button if this video has helped you out in any kind of way. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, be sure to subscribe. It's still a new channel. The channel I haven't even been posting for a year yet. But anyways, I thank you all for watching. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out.